Hello my dear children, how are you all? Good morning to you all. Hope you all are doing well at home. Students, in the last video I have explained you the phenomenon of reflection of light. After that I have explained two types of reflection. What were they? Regular and irregular reflection. After that I have explained you laws of reflection which are very important. After that I have explained you real and virtual images. Now after that, today I will explain you some more differences between real and virtual images. Okay, what is a real image? When we are getting a real image, we are getting a real image when the reflected rays actually meet. When reflected rays actually meet somewhere in the space, then we are getting a real image. And when we are getting a virtual image we are getting when reflected rays are not actually meeting, but we are extending them back and imaginarily they are meeting somewhere. Okay, they are not meeting in actual. Okay, so real and virtual image, this is the first difference. Second difference is what class? We can obtain real image on the screen. We can obtain a real image on the screen, whereas virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. Third and main difference between real and virtual image is what? Real images are always inverted. Inverted means what? Upside down. Okay, up becomes down in the image, whereas virtual images are always erect. That means same. Up, the head will become head only and the bottom part will remain bottom in the image. So real images are always inverted, class students, and virtual images are always erect. After that, I have explained you in that video how to form an image of a point object which is in front of a plane mirror. How to form an image of this point object. Again I am explaining. See, for example, MM1. MM1 is a plane mirror. MM1 is a plane mirror. Who is the object in front of this mirror? I have explained to you in the last video that what we require to form an image. We require, first condition was that we require at least two incident rays to form an image. We require at least two incident rays. So in every ray diagram we will consider two incident rays. Okay, so from this object two incident rays has come. Many incident rays were there, but we cannot show them all on a paper. That's why we consider only two incident rays to make the diagram neat, clear. Okay, so I have considered two incident rays. It strikes this plane mirror MM1. When it strikes the plane mirror MM1, what will happen? Reflection of light happens. This incident ray, after striking this point of incidence, it reflects back in the same medium. When it reflects back in the same medium, what happens? Reflection phenomena takes place. Now, you tell me, these two are parallel reflected rays. Is it possible for these reflected rays to meet anywhere in space? No, not at all. These reflected rays will not meet anywhere in space. So, how will get an image in a plane mirror? What will happen? These reflected rays will meet somewhere behind the mirror, imaginarily. Okay, they are not meeting actually. Behind the mirror, we will extend the reflected rays at the back of the mirror and they will meet at this place. Where these reflected rays will meet imaginarily, we are getting image there. We are getting image here. So where we have to keep our eye to see that image? In this area. Okay, where the reflective rays are going, in this area, when we keep our eye, we are able to see an image behind the mirror. Now one more property, the distance in front of the mirror where the object is placed is same as the distance behind the mirror where the image is formed. That is, object distance front of the mirror is equals to the image distance from behind the mirror. Object distance is equals to the image distance. That means the image is formed as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. यानी कि जितनी दूरी पर ऑब्जेक्ट मिरर के आगे खड़ा है उतनी ही दूरी पर इमेज भी मिरर के पीछे बनती है. That means object distance is equals to the image distance. I hope you will understand it now. Okay, so this is the way how we form an image of an object when it is a point object. Okay, when an object is placed in front of a plane mirror. Okay, now second topic is what? In first case I have taken point object. Now in second case, I will form an image of an extended object. That means a big object now. Okay, how to form an image of an extended object? See, this MM1 is the plane mirror. MM1 is the plane mirror, students. Now I have taken, this is my extended object, AB. AB is my extended object whose head is A and the bottom part is B. Okay, now I have told you from every point of the object we have to consider at least 2 incident rays. Now see, from A 2 incident rays have gone. These are the 2 incident rays. After striking these two surfaces, it reflects. It reflects. Likewise from the bottom also 2 incident rays strikes this plane mirror. After striking this at the point of incidence, these rays will also reflect back in the same medium. Now again, it is not possible for these reflected rays to meet anywhere in the space. So what will happen? These reflected rays, we will extend them back, and when we will extend these two reflected rays, we are getting a point A dash. Okay, A dash means the top of the object. Likewise, when we extend these reflected rays which are coming from B, incident rays, when we will extend them back, we will get a point B dash. And likewise, we will get an image A dash, B dash. What we get? A dash, B dash. And every time, keep it in mind that the image is never solid. Every time we represent it by dotted line. Images are always represented by dotted line. Why they are dotted lines? Because they are not real images. They are virtual, and virtual is not real anytime. Okay, that's why to show them that they are virtual images, we are representing them by dotted lines. Okay, if it is a virtual image, you have to draw it by dotted lines, and if it is a real image, yes, you have to draw it with a yes. Now again, this point again I am explaining here. Object distance equals to image distance. See, object distance, here also the object distance is equals to the image distance. जितने दूरी पर B खड़ा है A से मिरर से, उतनी ही दूरी पर B dash भी होगा मिरर के पीछे. Okay, the distance, object distance is equals to the image distance. Okay, students. Now characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. That means the properties of the image which are formed by a plane mirror. First property, virtual image. I have shown you that they are virtual. They are not real images. Why they are not real images? Because the reflected rays are not meeting in actual. We are extending them back and then they are meeting. That's why they are virtual image in a plane mirror. Second, erect. Erect hai sari images. They are straight. Okay. Their head is head. Head is the head in the head of the object is the head in the image it is. Okay, it is not upside down. वो उल्टी नहीं है, वो सीधी है. Next, same size. Their size does not decrease or increases. जितना size object का होगा उतना ही size image का भी होगा. You can observe in your plane mirror at your looking glass. आप जब भी mirror के सामने खड़े होते हो, आपकी height छोटी हो जाती है या फिर आप बड़े हो जाते हो? नहीं होते हो ना. Your size remains same. Size of the object is equals to the size of the image. Okay. Next, और erect का क्या मतलब होगा? जब आप image plane mirror के सामने खड़े होते हो, when you are standing in front of a looking glass, what happens? Your head, you become upside down. पैर ऊपर होते हैं और सर नीचे होता है. No, ऐसा तो नहीं होता है ना बेटा. It is erect. Erect means सीधी image है. Okay. Now, fourth point is what? Image is as far behind the mirror as the object in front of it. The last point which I have explained you on the last board. What was that? That the image is as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. One more property was that is called laterally inverted, which I have not explained you yet, but I will explain you. Okay. But they are laterally inverted. Images are laterally inverted. I will explain you what is lateral inversion. Lateral inversion is a phenomena, is the exchange of left and right side of in an image. That means when, for example, you stand in front of a looking glass at your home and you start eating with your right hand. Okay, and you just observe in the mirror. What happens? It seems that you are eating with your left hand. It happens, you comb your hair with your right hand, but when you see your image, it seems that you are combing with your hairs with left hand. That means the interchange of left and right side in the image is called lateral inversion. Okay, I hope you all understood it. So, plane mirrors show this property also, lateral inversion. For this reason only, in ambulances, Ambulance is written laterally inverted. Okay. Now children, I will show you a ray diagram which will explain, through which you will understand that the object distance equals to the image distance. Okay. See, MM1 is a plane mirror. In front of MM1, an object, a point object is kept O. Okay. O is the point object. Now, what I explained you that to form an image, we have to consider at least two incident rays. Let first incident ray I took normal to the mirror. When normal to the mirror, what will happen? Since the angle of incidence is 0, so angle of reflection will also be 0. That means जिस तरीके से रे आई है उसी तरीके से रे रिट्रेस करके अपने पाथ को वापस चली जाती है. Okay, there is no angle. Okay, so this is incident ray is coming and this way reflected ray is going back on the same path. Now since reflected ray is going back, it will not meet anywhere, so what we'll do, we will draw its dotted line at the back of the mirror. Now consider this is the second incident ray. Second incident ray is incidenting at an angle. See, this is the angle I, making with the normal. When this incident ray strikes at this point of incidence and it will reflect back in the same medium, what will happen? This diagram I have explained to you, there is a normal at the point of incidence at which angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, students. Okay. Now what will happen? This reflected ray and this reflected ray will never meet anywhere in the space. So what we'll do? We will extend them back behind of the mirror. So I have extended this reflected ray at the back of the mirror as well as this reflected ray at the back of the mirror. When I have reflected these two rays, I have observed that these two reflected rays are meeting at a point. Name I have given the name I, and this I is the image. This I is the image of the object O. And when I have measured with a scale, I found that the object distance is equal to the image distance. That means what? If object is in front of the mirror, 3 meters in front of the mirror, then what will happen? The image will also be behind of the mirror. How much distance? Far 3 meters. Okay. So that means what? If object distance is 3 meters, image distance is also 3 meters. This ray diagram sometimes come in exam. Okay, explain with the help of a ray diagram that the object distance equals to the image distance. Whatever ray diagrams are drawn in your book, explained in the book, please you also at least try them and draw them in your copies. Okay. And remember all these, how we are making these ray diagrams. In ray diagram, it is very, very important to draw these arrows. Okay, it is very important rule. Otherwise, you will get no marks, because these arrows, through these arrows only we get to know that where is incident ray and where is reflected ray. Secondly, you are not allowed to draw the extended rays, which are virtual rays, by bold lines, because only these dotted means will get to know that yes, they are not real lines, they are virtual lines. Okay, students. Now, lateral inversion. To how a letter get laterally inverted in front of a plane mirror. What happens? Let's consider you just make a P on a white sheet and just keep it in front of a plane mirror. How that P image is formed in the mirror, I'll explain you. See, you have written P. Now I told you what I explained you, that from every point at least we have to consider 2 rays. So from the top of the point P, 2 incident rays I have considered. After, when they strike on the plane mirror, what will happen? Reflection of light will happen. They have gone back, returned back in the same medium, but they will not meet anywhere in this medium. So what will happen? We will extend them back and they will meet somewhere at this point. Okay. Same way bottom se bhi 2 incident rays have come. Okay. After that, what will happen? They will come, reflected ray will come back in the same medium. These reflected ray will not meet anywhere in the same medium. So what we have done? We have extended them back and they meet at a point at this point. You can ask, there is a question in your mind, ma'am, कि ये दोनों ही points से क्यों आते हैं? बेटा, we are not able to draw all the points, or from all the points rays आती हैं. But अगर मैं सारी rays को draw करूँगी, are you able to understand from the figure? No. इतने सारी rays हो जाएंगी कि तुम्हें समझ में नहीं आएगा which are the incident rays and which are the reflected rays. That's why I am taking only the head, top and the bottom of the figure. Likewise, every point has got incident rays as well as the reflected rays. That's why we are getting this whole image. Otherwise, ये सिर्फ ये point और ये point आता. Okay, I am not drawing all images because it will create a confusion then. Okay, so where reflected rays meet behind the mirror and will get an image P. Are you able to see how I am getting? Okay, this way it is left and right. There is an interchange of left and right hand side. Okay, in this image. So the images which are formed by plane mirror are laterally inverted. Okay, students. Now the letters of the alphabets like A, H, I, M, O, T, U, W, V, X. When you instead of P, if you draw A in front of a plane mirror, you are not able to observe any difference in the image of A. Why? Because letter inversion is not noticeable in these letters. Why? Because these letters are having a vertical symmetry. Since they are vertically symmetrical, these parts are vertically symmetrical to each other. That's why the letter inversion phenomena is not noticeable in all these letters. ओके क्योंकि इनका लेफ्ट और राइट हैंड साइड तो सेम ही है, तो अगर इंटरचेंज भी होंगे तो आर यू एबल टू ऑब्जर्व? No, you are not able to observe them. Okay, they are also showing letter inversion, but you are not able to observe them. Okay, understood. Now the third point which I am going to explain you is that it is because of this letter inversion that it becomes difficult to read the text of a page from its image formed by a plane mirror. Okay, sometimes what happens if you write ambulance. If you write ambulance on a piece of paper, and you just take that page in front of a plane mirror and you try to see that, you will see an image in the plane mirror. Are you able to read that letter? It will be difficult for you to read this word. Why? Because it will get laterally inverted. When it will get laterally inverted, it will become difficult for you to read that word. So, but one can easily read the text written in laterally inverted letter. Okay, for example, but if you will write laterally inverted letters, for example, like this. Instead of writing this way ambulance, if you write like this and you just see this page in front of a plane mirror, what you are able to see? You will directly say that it is a written ambulance. Why? Because it is already written laterally inverted. When you will keep this laterally inverted letters in front of a plane mirror, it will become, ये भी letter inversion show करेंगे. तो अब A कैसे दिखेगा? A तो ऐसे ही दिखेगा, M आपको ऐसे दिखने लग जाएगा, ambulance. Then you are able to read it ambulance. This way you are able to see this. When you write laterally inverted letters in front of a plane mirror, you are able to see an image like this. Understanding? This is why in ambulances the ambulance is written laterally inverted, so that the driver of the vehicle moving ahead of the ambulance reads the word laterally inverted as ambulance. Okay, that's why we write ambulance like this on an ambulance. Okay, class. Now already I have explained you the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. Again I am going to write all those images, all the points. Again I am going to write. See, one by one I will list all the properties again, all the characteristics. First, it is virtual. Second, it is erect. Third, it is same size. Fourth, it is image distance, object distance equals to the image distance. And fifth characteristic is what? Laterally inverted. Images are laterally inverted, students. Okay, so you have to remember all these characteristics of the images formed by a plane mirror, students. Okay, now children, I'll give you one example. For example, this is a plane mirror, and in front of a plane mirror, a boy is standing in front of a plane mirror at a distance of 5 meters. If he is standing at a distance of 5 meters, then where the image is formed behind the mirror? Yes, 5 meters behind the plane mirror you will get an image. But in the next move, the boy moves 2 meters farther from the mirror. Okay, 2 meters farther from the mirror. That means if an object has moved from its position, the image will also move from its position. That means what will happen? Now, image will also move 2 meters behind the mirror. Okay, now what is the total difference? What is the total distance between the object and the image? See, 5 plus 2, 7 meter in front of the plane mirror, and 5 plus 2, 7 meter behind the mirror. When you will sum these two, 7 plus 7 meter, what is 14 meter? That means the total distance between the object and the image is 14 meter, students. Okay, this way there are more examples are given in your book on page number 152 and 153. Your work is to read them, solve them, and do it with your own hands. Okay, do not only simply read and just okay you understood. No, until unless you will not use your pencil to do it, better you are not going to understand it. Okay, so read them, try to make figures by yourself, and then slowly and gradually you will get to know how to solve the numerical, students. Now it's homework time. See, your work is to read this chapter till page number 152 and make notes also. It is very important to make notes of each and every chapter. Second, mark answers of exercise 7A in your book only. No need to write them right now. Only you have to mark answers in your book with your pencil. Okay, all the questions given in exercise 7A you have to mark in your book. Third work is what? Solve examples given on page number 152 and 153. Solve them. Only do not read them, solve them. Next, solve numericals. They are not solved in your book as well. They are questions given. Okay, so first you read and solve the given examples. After that you are able to solve the numericals on page number 154 in your any rough copy, not in your fair copy, students. Okay, I hope you all understood it well. Use your day.